Panasonic released their very first full-frame mirrorless camera, the S1, and the S1R. But we've got the S1 today. Let's get it out of the box. What's up, everyone? I'm the Everyday Dad, and if I can figure it out, you can figure it out. So let's get the brand new Lumix S1 out of its box. So if you know me, you know I'm a huge fan of Panasonic cameras. The Lumix GH5 is one of my favorite cameras of all time. So when Panasonic said they were doing a full-frame mirrorless camera, they definitely got my attention. So let's crack it open. And as we are cracking open this box, I would like to thank my friends over at B&H Photo for loaning me this camera for the next few weeks to make some videos about. So if you'd like to get your very own Lumix S1, and just in the beginning here, this is the nicest camera box I've ever seen. There will be links in the description below. Here we go. Ooh, no kidding. This is by far the nicest camera box. Let's turn this light down. This is by far the nicest camera box I have ever seen. So I did, like you probably saw in the title, in the description, I got the kit with the 24-105 lens, which means this was way more expensive than I would like, because the Panasonic lenses are pretty darn expensive. But hopefully that means they're good, because I'd rather spend money on something that's good than have to buy something that's crappy over and over again. So this is the 24-105 lens. Oh man, that is heavy. But I'm so excited for this, because again, I love the GH5, and if I can get the GH5, okay, why are we stuck? This is like, come on, there we go. If I can get the GH5 in like a full frame mode, in a full frame package, that would be great. Oh my goodness, that is a beautiful lens. Zoom lock, OIS on and off, autofocus, manual focus, part of the Leica L-mount alliance. Zoom feels good. Focus feels pretty good too. How does the front look? Ooh, that is gorgeous, but that is huge. Look at that 77mm filter thread size. That means this is a big old lens. Oh, but I like it though. I really like it there. The S lens. Okay, let's put that over here. Let's set you down. Man, I'm super excited for this. I mean, look, I really like what Panasonic does with cameras. I grew up with a Panasonic camera. My very first camera I ever bought on my own for the YouTube channel was a Lumix G7, so I'm a big fan of what they do. So do not think of this as like an unbiased. I'm a Panasonic fanboy, so think of that as we go through this video. Okay, what do we got in this little box here? We got a cable, probably the battery charger. We've got, is this the battery? That's a serious battery. Look at that thing. What is that, 3050 milliamp hour battery? That is a huge power supply, man. Okay, what do we got? We've got the battery charger, which, yes, please. It drives me crazy when camera companies do not include the battery charger, because of course, I'm gonna be charging the battery, just give me the charger. Probably some kind of, it looks like a USB-C, oh, AC adapter. So, okay, you plug this in, then you probably plug the USB-C into the camera. That'd be cool. Got some HDMI clamps. Looks like the USB-C cable. Two sets, so USB-C to USB-C, and then regular USB to USB-C. And then, the strap. You know what that means. In the comments below, let me know if you use the strap that comes with the camera. So I'm kind of hesitant when it says Lumix S1. That kind of says, hey, I'm a very expensive camera. You should definitely steal me. So I'm not sure that I'm on board with the camera strap. I love hearing how many of you guys actually use the straps, because it always surprises me. It's about 50-50. Let's set that down and let's get to the, oh, whoop. I thought we were about to get to the main star of the show. They put another box in here. This feels like a manual fest. And it is. Well, it's just one. Well, that's misleading. I figured it would be like a bigger book than that. But, whew. Owner's manual. Man, I think I just clipped the audio slamming that against myself. Okay, we got S-series lenses, which are super expensive. We got the owner's manual, which is, ooh, I love new book smell. That smells pretty good. I've always, I don't know what it is, but throughout my entire life, I just love how new books smell. That has a very good new book smell to it. Let's put the books away. We're not here for reading. We're here for camera-in. Oh, that camera is big. Okay, that's everything from there. You can see that's empty. Let's move this out of the way for the main star of the show, the S1 itself. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. Woo! That's a big camera. That is probably the biggest full frame mirrorless camera I've ever gotten my hands on. Like, holy cow, that's big. Like, I've seen all of them, the EOS R, the RP, the Z6, the A7 III. This is the biggest one. Like, it's not even close, but that feels darn, I don't know. I thought it felt good, but it feels kind of like weird. I don't know. The buttons feel great. I like the mode dial. We got the standard, you know, Panasonic mode dial. Lock. Ooh, there's another lock. There's like manual focus lock over here. There's a lock over here. There's a record button. I don't know. This kind of feels like a little too spread out to me. Like, I know I was just complaining, last Wednesday, that I didn't like how small the A7 III body was, but this just kind of feels, it almost feels too big, if that's, I don't know, it's weird. Oh, there we go. Dual card slots, one of them being XQD and one of them being SD, which is I wish the Z6 had taken this approach, whereas I like XQD, but I like that SD does not cost as much as it does. What do we got on this side? Full HDMI, USB-C, headphones, mic jack, and I like these, I like the little flaps here, much like the GH5. The screen, which makes me sad, it does not fully articulate, which I really wanted. Again, like the GH5, the GH5 has a fully articulating touchscreen. This does the portrait mode. It flips up a little bit, but it does not fully articulate to the front, which kind of stinks. I like the scroll wheel. I like the joystick. The little trash button. What do we got on the front? We got separate mode dials, much like the G9. Looks like we've got two separate customizable buttons. Let's check out the sensor. Ooh. That is a big sensor for a big camera, and it's supposed to have just as good a stabilization as the GH5. Oh, the lens cap locks on too. Do you hear that? That's pretty cool. It's supposed to have the same level of stabilization as the GH5, so doing that on a full frame camera, that's crazy. Let's see if we've got any power. That's a serious battery, man. Like, holy cow. On. No power. Boo. It also has a weird power button. Boo. Okay, so let's try out the lens real quick, and then we will charge the battery and just see what we got in the menu system. Dang, nothing about that is small. Like that's like unabashedly saying, you know what, we are all in on this full frame mirrorless thing. Like, they're not even pretending. Like, Sony at least pretends that like full frame mirrorless cameras can be small. The S1's like, I'm big, deal with it. That's, get some workout. Okay, 1, 2, 3. That guy's big. But again, it's got the contacts on the bottom. One of the things that I do like about the GH5 is the battery grip situation. It's got the contacts on the bottom, so you'll probably be able to just easily put the battery grip on there. Through the magic of editing, I'm gonna have to go charge this. You're not gonna have to wait very long, so. Okay, real quick, as I'm getting ready to charge this battery, I've already found something that I don't really think I like, and that's how darn complicated this battery charger is. So you've got the battery charger with the battery, right? But then you charge it with USB-C, which by itself is fine, but you need to take this cable, plug it into here, and then take this cable. Wait, no, I need the USB-C to USB-C. I can't even use this. It's fiddly. Like, and I've never really had like such a fiddly problem with a battery charger before, but that's the one thing, Panasonic. I love you guys. Why would you do this to me? Okay, look at that. So it takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces to charge the battery. Look at that. Okay, back in a second. Okay, so here's the battery. Pop it in. I think we got a little bit. We got enough to mess around with it a bit. So even when you pop it in and you don't have it on, it'll show you the battery life on the LCD screen, which I kind of like that. Let's turn it on. Please set the language. Setting clock has been completed. Okay, so I kind of like that. Hold on, let's see if we can monitor frame rate. Can I go to monitor settings of like brightness? That's okay. I wish it was a little brighter than that, but this way you can at least see what's going on. Okay, so exposure mode, P. Who wants P? We want aperture priority. Photo mode standard I generally like a lot. Vignetting. Auto exposure for that, that's great. Record quality, so we can do up to 4K 60 frames per second, 150 megabits per second, which is pretty good. 4K 100 megabits per second, 30p. Now there will be a paid upgrade later to get the vlog and to unlock some more of the features. High-speed video, I very much like the VFR settings. Oh, I guess we don't get VFR on here. It also does 180 frames per second to 30p. For some reason I thought this did 240, but okay, 180. So this is kind of more like, this is more like the G9 settings. We don't really get to pick certain things. Autofocus custom settings. I'm very excited to see how the autofocus works on this, because they still have the depth from defocus, which I don't like. But they say it's supposedly better, so we'll give that a shot. And then the image stabilizer, E stabilization. I don't want to use which boost IS. Let's turn on boost IS and see how good that works. But yeah, it's pretty standard Panasonic stuff. We'll do way more of this in the future. But what I'm excited about is to see like how does it work, because you know, again, I like Panasonic cameras. I've been using them for a very long time. So we are in movie mode. We've got autofocus on. We are not sponsored by Coca-Cola, but how's the autofocus working? Kind of slow, but I don't really care if the autofocus is slow. I just care that the autofocus like doesn't hunt in the background. That's the thing that I don't like about Panasonic's contrast-based autofocus system. It's not that it doesn't like work or that it doesn't acquire focus. Like right now it's having a real tough time getting the camera back there. But it's that it like hunts when it gets focused, and that's something that I don't like to deal with. Something that I'm not as excited about the S1 is when you consider like Nikon or Canon or Sony, when you come to full frame mirrorless, like even if the native lenses are not there, because there's only what, 3 or 2 native lenses for the S1 out right now. Even then, like Canon and Nikon have a large selection of lenses that you can use with their adapter, and this new L-mount alliance between Sigma, Panasonic, and Leica. It's cool and all, but even when you get the adapter, you're adapting like Sigma or Leica lenses, which Sigma does some great primes. Leica has some of the best glass out there, but it's crazy expensive, and there's no EF glass. And sure, you could probably use the EF lenses with the Sigma MC21 that's coming out, but I don't know. I just wish there was some better, like that's one of the weaknesses of the S1, no matter how good the video quality looks here shortly, is the lenses. It's weaker in lenses than just about anything else. So let's hit record. How is the stabilization? We turned on that boost mode. Let's do this handheld. Let's do this handheld. How is the stabilization doing? Like, this is straight up, I'm just holding this on a Manfrotto Pixie. You can probably see like right there. So is the stabilization any good? Is the autofocus any good? These are some questions that I need to really answer if I'm going to be buying one of these, because again, love the GH5, and a full frame GH5 is something that I'm very interested in, but only if it's like worth the very steep price tag. So what else do you want to see out of the Lumix S1? Leave me a comment below. We're going to have this for a couple of weeks, making some videos about it. I'm probably going to be taking it to NAB with me, and if you're watching this, I'm at NAB right now, so let me know what you guys want to see. Thanks for watching.